let's do this. Shoe put this out 2 days ago. And this is about what I've been saying. Where basically it's in reference, I have a feeling because based on the thumbnail, this is about basically a certain ideological group bullying the shit out of people to get their way, and then once they do that, now they can bully them for anything. That's my suspicion, because it had Emiru's picture in the thumbnail, referencing what happened to Emiru a few days ago. Hello, Mizuki! Hi! You popped in right when we're going to start a Shoe video, so let us see what Shoe has to say. I'm going to hazard a guess and say that Shoe is probably going to say a lot of the same things that I've been saying for a while now. This may or may not be anything new, but I still want to see it. So let's do it.
Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of What the Hell is Going On with your host, Ugly Belle Delphine. Now before you ask...
Oh, Shoe, no. Oh, honey, no. No, I'm okay. I'm going to say this once and for all. Ever keep that in your pocket for after the react. Keep that in your pocket, gamer, please. Shoe, you are hotter than Belle Delphine. I'm just gonna say that right now. I think Shoe is far more beautiful than Belle Delphine. Belle Delphine has sort of like a uncanny valley falseness to her. Shoe looks real. I would pick Shoe over Belle Delphine any day of the week.
Yes, there is an Epstein Files video coming out. I feel like everyone has like streamer brain nowadays, and like every fucking video has to be breaking news in order to get the most views. But I am taking my time.
I know I'm pausing a lot, sorry. I get this, what she just said, where it feels like everything has to be breaking news. And I've been feeling that a lot lately. It's kind of why a couple days I was doing why I was trying to get away from it and doing like gaming stuff. I've been feeling that too. It's like there's so much shit has been happening as of late that I feel almost compelled, like every day. It's like, holy crap, something big has happened. I've got to cover it. Holy crap, this happened. I've got to cover it. And I've really, and that's why there have been a couple days where I just said, you know what? We're just going to do a chill stream. We're going to do a chill gaming stream. And yeah, and actually get a break from the news breaks. So I feel Shoe on this one. It has been insane.
With it. I'm sure you understand there is a lot happening.
You know, with this anti-Semitic culture right now, she voted against a resolution condemning.
Oh,
is
Jewish.
Jewish. I want to be clear.
Do you want to go there, Attorney General? Do you want to go there? Are you serious? Talking about anti-Semitism to a woman who lost her grandfather in the Holocaust.
Your country, sir. Anyway, let's just forget about these satanic billionaire pedophiles running the world, and let's talk about some internet drama, shall we? Because that is what's really important. For a little over a decade now, the most inane things can get you called a racist or a Nazi on the internet, to the point where these words hold little to no meaning anymore. It's so bad.
What have I been saying? I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to repeat that because it bears repeating.
Important. For a little over a decade now, the most inane things can get you called a racist or a Nazi on the internet, to the point where these words hold little to no meaning anymore. It's so
fucking hem. What have I been saying? What have I been saying for probably the last 2 fucking years? That is precisely what I've been saying for the last 2 fucking years that I've been streaming.
So bad that when someone is called a racist or a Nazi online, I'm immediately like, oh, what funny joke did they tell? But ladies and gentlemen,
what differentiating opinion did they have that was not the identical one that you had? It's not even just a joke. It's like, oh, someone has an opinion that is ever so slightly different from your opinion. You are a racist, you are a Nazi, you are an Islamophobe.
We have officially come to the point where not saying anything also makes you a racist Nazi. For the few of you watching this channel who are employed, there's a very popular Twitch streamer named Emiru. She's a cosplayer.
Here we
just kind
go.
of a fun, chill, normie video game streamer. Well, the other day, someone in her chat asked her opinion about ICE, and this is what she had to say.
Like, there's a certain extent where I'm like, okay, sure, I get people wanting big content creators to, like, say their opinions on, like, important topics. I get that, right? But it's like, if you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
In a world where it seems like every single celebrity is just screaming their political takes completely unprompted, this was a refreshing thing to hear. Seems like a pretty sane, rational, inoffensive thing to say, right? Wrong. This short little clip where she ironically tried to avoid controversy ended up being one of the most controversial dramas this year. I feel like decades worth of news has happened in the past like 2 months, don't you? Every day there's like a breaking story of the most insane.
Fuck the last 2 months! I felt like a decade of news has happened in the last 2 fucking weeks! It's absolute, like, it has been absolutely insane. Like, the last 2 months has felt like 100 years. It's been 100 years since we have not had insane breaking fucking news. Like, what the actual fuck? And, like, the thing with Emmy happened 2 weeks ago.
Insane shit you've ever heard in your life. And everyone is expected to have a fully formed opinion on every single breaking story. There's pressure to react, to pick a side, to condemn, to defend. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, we're usually not seeing the full picture. And that's why for years now, I have been using today's sponsor, Ground News. So let's quickly give them a shout out before we jump into today's video, shall we? Ground News is a website and an app that lets you see how news stories are being covered all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias, ownership, and headlines that helps you understand the full story and really make sure you're getting both sides. They really make it fun and easy to compare headlines to see how political bias and media ownership can affect the framing of a story. For example, let's take a look at this one about how RFK admits he used to snort cocaine off toilet seats. If you look it up on Ground News, a right-wing headline covers it like this: RFK revealed why he wasn't scared of COVID. It was a legendary answer. And a left-wing outlet covers the same story like this: Robert F. Kennedy Jr. doesn't fear germs, and his reason is really, really gross. Same story, completely different vibes. The Ground News feature I like the most is the fucking hilarious answer. It shows you how news stories have been covered by only one side of the
like, how can you argue with, like, yeah, I wasn't afraid of COVID because I literally used to do a bump off the toilet seat. Why the hell should COVID scare me? I mean, that is a pretty fucking legendary answer right there.
Political spectrum and ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how Hillary Clinton says migration has gone too far. Rare Hillary Clinton W. Suspicious. 37 sources covered it. 91% of those sources were right-wing, and only 4% were left-wing. Interesting. Or this one about how middle-class Americans are selling plasma because of financial pressure. Americans are selling their blood because they're so poor. 71% of the sources that covered this were left-wing, and only—
Okay, in fairness, this is not new. For God's sake, sitcom TV used to make that as a joke, that you were so poor, you went and sold your plasma to make rent. Honestly, whether it's truth or not, the joke has been around for fucking decades of selling blood just to make a buck.
14% were right-wing. I have been using Ground News for like 5 years now, and I am obsessed. It is one of the first apps I open when I wake up in the morning. It really helps me stay informed and helps me keep up with the news for my videos. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center recognized Ground News as an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. $40. This comes to only like $5 a month, which is like the price of a cup of coffee nowadays. To get the 40
Believe her, that was another one. That was the joke. That was like, for the sitcom TVs, it was selling blood. For the R-rated comedy movies, it was basically selling your jizz. Yeah, that was reserved for like, what was it? Road Trip, I think is what it was. I think it was National Lampoon's Road Trip. They did the joke of a couple guys going to the sperm bank to get some money. I'm pretty sure it was that one.
% discount, just go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code on screen right here, or click the link in the video description down below to subscribe to their Vantage plan today. Big thanks to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad as always. Right? And now let's get back to the video. In this video, we are going to talk about the drama surrounding Emiru, the people trying to cancel her, the mistake the left is making by embracing cancel culture again. We're gonna read some insane, hilarious tweets, of course, and then we will talk about my personal experience with these people. And what do I mean by these people? I mean the cult of the crybullies.
Here we go.
I'm sorry if I sound even more like a prepubescent boy in this video. I am a little bit sick, but I am here, slaving over a hot laptop for you. If you guys saw my laptop,
I mean, depending on how old your laptop is, it could be a hot laptop. I'm just saying, depending. Good features in advertising right there. And yes, I know they did make the unaired pilot, it wasn't even, it was still even aired. Yeah, they made the joke in the pilot of Big Bang Theory.
Last video, you know I am quite critical of ICE. I don't think we should abolish them, of course, but I think it is good and healthy to criticize your government. I am a political culture war commentator. I talk about political topics often. People come to me to hear my political opinions. But not everybody wants to be a political YouTuber or streamer. And not everybody wants to listen to a political YouTuber or streamer. Sometimes we just want to have fun and talk about other things. There are lots of other things to talk about. Sometimes we want to look at funny memes or watch funny videos without having politics shoved down our throat. So
hence why Shoe did the video about Glory Morning Milking Farm. I definitely think she needs to make more videos like when she talked about Glory Morning Milking Farm. That was a very popular one. And that was a very popular video. She needs to do more of those. Why? Damer, you heard my opening music for the stream. You're really gonna ask why I brought that up? Seriously? My opening music is talking about putting me on my knees and other things, and you're wondering why I bring up Morning Glory Milking Farm. So sorry.
a lot of people thought it was really refreshing when a cosplay streamer was basically like, I don't want to talk about politics. Why are you coming to me for politics? It was a perfectly sane, rational opinion, so of course like half the internet had a problem with it. It's just not that hard to say ice. It's really not that hard to say ice, to be honest. It's so hard to just say ice. It's really not hard to say ice. Jesus Christ, how hard is it to just say ice? How hard is it to just say ice? How hard is it to just say ice and move on? Oh my god. Just say ice. It's.
And at the same time, how hard is it not to get your panties in a twist about ice? When someone says, I'm not informed enough, I can't comment on it because I don't want to stick my ass into something I don't feel comfortable about being properly informed of. How hard is it not to dogput? Flip the script. How hard is it to leave it the fuck alone? When with someone that just doesn't want to get involved in this discussion and just have a fun stream. How hard is it to shut your fucking yap and let the fun cosplaying gamer girl have fun cosplaying and gaming? Why is it so hard for you not to shit yourself demanding that the cute cosplaying gamer girl who likes to have a completely apolitical stream and just have fun, why is it so hard for you to just let her do that instead of politicizing her? Huh? But you don't have an answer for that one, do you?
not hard. Is it so hard to just say the line? Say the line! Say it! Jesus Christ, like at this point, even if Emiru did want to like abolish ice, even if she really did think, F ice, she shouldn't say it. Like I wouldn't say it at this point because this is just like, this is creepy. This is like a horde of zombies chasing it.
And as I said at the time that it happened, and I actually put out a video on this, not a stream video. When this happened, I actually recorded and posted a video on YouTube about this. They will never leave her alone. That's the thing. They went after her so hard, and now they will never leave her alone. Because she caved. Because she bent the knee, now they know they own her. And that if they ever want her to say the line or be their mouthpiece, they know they can bully her into it. That's the end result of this. And I don't know if she was going to get into it, but it's the same thing with companies like Advanced GG. It's the same thing with companies like Face Connect. The instant that they cave, the zombie mobs know, cool, we can now bully this company into doing what we want and mouthpiecing what we want them to say. That's what happens when you bend the knee, when you fold and give in to insane mobs like this. They own you after that. The minute you fold on something like this, they own you. And there's no going back.
After you. Hey, it's actually super easy to stream and have opinions. I'll show
I
you.
talked about this one on stream.
Donald Trump and
I
everyone
talked about
in
this
his administration.
fucktard.
Elon Musk, free Palestine. US is on stolen land built by stolen people. Luigi did nothing wrong. Abortion is healthcare. Leave trans people the fuck alone. These people literally just speak in bumper stickers, dude. Just like copy-pasting the internet leftist starter pack. What the hell am I looking at? I hate the Reddit ass. Hey.
What country isn't stolen by that logic? None. Every country on the face of this planet has been conquered. Every single one, without fail. With the exception of maybe the Poles, there is not one piece of land on this planet that has not been conquered and taken over by someone else. Every single person on the face of the planet is living on stolen land, no matter where you are. That argument is fucking stupid. The land was conquered, the land was held, and thus it is the current land that the current countries that they are today. That is because ancient peoples conquered said land and then were able to hold and retain security on that land to establish a country and continue to maintain said security of that land and maintain that country. But it was not originally their country. They originally conquered said country. That's facts. If you can't handle that, then go hide in your bubble for the rest of your life, because the rest of us plan on living in reality.
Hey, it's super easy. It's crazy, like 1,000 years ago, this dude's ancestors were hunting mammoths. And now he's on here like, Men should not be speaking like this. I'm sorry. We need another war. The post that really seemed to kick this all off was made by Denims, the self-described largest
Here we
female
fucking
political
go.
streamer. Only because I don't stream, Denims. Only because I don't stream. Anyway.
Ow, Shoe. I'm playing that again. I'm playing that again because Shoe calling Denims the fuck out, and I love it.
That really seemed to kick this all off was made by Denims, the self-described largest female political streamer. Only because I don't stream, Denims. Only because I don't stream. Anyway.
And she's goddamn right. If Sue streamed, Denims would not have a career. Yes! Shoe, you are already being followed and viewed by probably every fucking VTuber on the planet. Come to the dark side, Shoe. We have snacks. Become one of us. You're already in a Skybros video where everybody else in the Skybros video is a VTuber. Become one of us, Shoe. One of us. One of us. One of us. One of us. Don't worry, it won't hurt. It's actually quite pleasurable. DJ, shut up. I'm trying to... shut up. I'm hoping she watches this and I can convince her to become a VTuber. God damn it, you're fucking up my flow here, gamer. Yeah, she's absolutely right. If Shoe ever decides to get into the streaming space, she would dumpster Denims. In a heartbeat. She would absolutely dumpster Denims. I don't know if she ever will, because I'm pretty sure Shoe just basically most of her time is occupied making these videos. I legitimately don't think that she has time to stream. And that's probably why she is not a streamer. She spends so much time.
In the words of Palpatine, join the dark side, Shoe, join us.
And well, that's where I was going, Sienna. Like, in addition to researching and then making her videos, yeah, she has a family she's taking care of. You know, she's dividing her attention between making her content and her family. She's got her priorities in order. And so that, like, understandable that she's not streaming because she has her priorities, and God bless her for it.
Anyway, I don't have any, like, personal beef with Denims. This isn't, like, an own Denims video. We used to be kind of cool years ago, but, she apparently has some opinions on Emiru, so let's hear her out. Never thought I'd see the day we'd be fence-sitting the modern Gestapo. First of all, she's not
for God's sake.
Fence-sitting. She's just choosing not to talk about politics. Like, in order to fence-sit, you actually have to say something. She didn't even say anything. Yep. Like, how do you even know what her opinion is? Second of all, modern Gestapo? Why is everything the fucking Holocaust? It's
because they don't actually because these people are so fucking uneducated, they don't know what the Holocaust actually is. That's the bottom line. All these people that love using Nazi and love using fascist and love referencing the Holocaust and love referencing the Nazi Gestapo, they don't actually know what it means. The majority of them do not know what it means. Because unfortunately, education in the Western world is the lowest it's ever been in terms of quality. And so these people don't actually know what occurred during the Holocaust. They don't actually understand and appreciate the darkness that occurred during that period of time with Nazi Germany. All they know is their favorite streamers use that word to basically target people they don't like. And it is a word that is being used to dehumanize people to make them justifiable targets. But they don't actually understand the context behind the word. Because they're uneducated. Their education literally comes from Twitter. So, to them, a Nazi is someone that disagrees with leftist politics. That's it. They don't actually understand that they were a full army bent on taking over the world. They don't know that they don't know that Hitler had Danes on the master race. They only tangentially know about the fact that he basically slaughtered 6 million Jews and millions of others besides the Jews. It was not only the Jewish people that Hitler killed. There were little fucking yins of other people that basically didn't fit in the goose step of what the master race he considered to be, and he killed them too. So, like, he slaughtered tens of millions of people, but they forget about that because, well, I mean, it is 6 million Jews, and that is a, dear God help me a lot number, and it's the most widely taught one in schools, but they don't actually know this. They legit don't actually know about this. And they only have their education via Twitter. So they have absolutely no idea what the backstory is on it. And so, of course, they call anything that they don't like in terms of law enforcement the Gestapo. Because if they were actually educated about what the Gestapo did, I don't know that they'd necessarily shut up, but at least some of them might. Because the funny part is, people like Denims who are trying to stymie freedom of speech are literally the ones that are embodying Gestapo tactics. That's the insane part. is that when people like Denims, who went after Emiru, saying, say the thing, if you don't say the thing, you're Gestapo, Denims was literally embracing the very ideology of the Gestapo and fascism. You have to say what I want you to say, and if you don't, you will be vilified and you should be disappeared in some way. And bearing in mind, Denims is supposedly a college-educated woman. She might need to get a refund for that degree, I'm saying. She's an idiot. That Denims is a fucking ideological idiot that doesn't actually understand reality and doesn't understand history.
Totally normal to criticize ICE. It's totally understandable to have issues with the things they are doing. But modern Gestapo? Don't you guys get tired of this shit? Like, don't you guys get tired of saying, like, isn't this exhausting after a while? Everything is Nazis, everything.
No, it isn't exhausting. Why? Because it worked. That's why. This doesn't get tiring, and it doesn't get exhausting because it's worked for a couple people. It worked for Emiru. It worked for Advanced GG. It worked for Face Connect. That's why it doesn't get tiring. Why should you be tired of it when you know it works?
Is the Holocaust, everyone is Hitler. It's like nothing else bad ever happened in history. Like, what did they used to compare bad things to before World War II? Oh my god, you're literally Napoleon. Also, I love this. Racist chud. Like, where did the racism part, like, where did that come from? Listen, I don't get on camera and start talking about
deranged
cars
minds,
or math or taxes or investing or going outside or the plenty of other things I don't know about. I sit here and talk about the gender war and the culture war because I'm good at those things and that's what people watch me for. That is my lane and I stay in it. Emiru likes what she's doing. Her audience likes what she's doing. There are plenty of other channels that will regurgitate your political takes back to you. Just turn on the TV. Turn on CNN. Most normal people are sick and tired of celebrities just like spewing their political takes completely unprompted.
Oh yes!
I don't care what Glub Shido thinks of politics, okay? Why does Glub Shido have to get on stage and start talking about how we're on stolen land or some shit? Why?
Okay, Glub Shido, I agree. But if it was the Derp Rex, if Derp Rex got on stage and started pontificating about how much he loves I'm eating them at night, I'd listen. I'd standing fucking ovation. All I need to see is Derp Rex come out onto the stage, take one look at the audience and go, Breakfast! I'm eating them at night. Standing ovation. Take all my money.
Why do you need your political opinions thrown up into your mouth by a celebrity like a fucking baby bird?
Okay, I'm getting off that pause. Sorry, I don't want to do Shoe bad like that. And the reason why is very simple. They want their favorite celebrity or streamer to basically be their mouthpiece, because the celebrity or the streamer has a much wider reach than you as the loser SJR who has no purpose in life, who is not doing anything meaningful, and the only thing you are able to do is and scream online. Your voice has zero weight. Your voice has literally less than zero weight with these SJRs. So they want their favorite celebrity, they want their favorite streamer to basically, they want to use them as a megaphone for their ideologies, because their voice has a great deal more weight and a great deal more distance that it can carry than yours. So it's say the thing to justify my way of thinking and also spread my way of thinking to all of the thousands of people that listen to you. That's why they want to do it. It's not what like she was talking about here. It's like, you know, feed my ideology back to me like a mama bird throwing up in a baby bird's mouth. No, this is them literally saying, I want to basically use you as a metaphorical skin suit to spew my ideological garbage to the world because my voice is barely a fart in the wind compared to yours. And so I want the strength of your voice to spread my thoughts. That's basically it.
Like, do you really want Sydney Sweeney throwing up in your mouth? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Please don't answer that.
She's right when she says most streamers are not qualified to talk about politics. Okay, here's the thing, dude. You actually don't have to be qualified to talk about politics to say ICE. It's not that hard of a concept.
You actually...
Yeah, but by the way, Denims this was a lie. Because ICE is not a political issue. This is something that she needs to get bitch slapped for, Denims. ICE is not a political issue. ICE is a law enforcement issue. Politics has nothing to do with it. ICE is a law enforcement agency. They are enforcing the laws of the United States, and that is it. The politics comes from the Congress that actually makes the laws in regards to immigration that ICE is enforcing. So ICE, in and of itself, is not a political issue. It's retards like you that make it a quote-unquote political issue to try and give yourself some kind of air of legitimacy when you are spewing up garbage that you don't have a fucking clue about in the first place. That distinction needs to be fucking made. And because that was the whole thing about why people are going after Emiru. They're saying, oh, it's, she's not a political streamer. It's not hard to be political when you want to be apolitical. It's like, literally, this wasn't politics in the first place. ICE was not political. Nobody was going after Congress, who actually voted into law the immigration laws of the United States that ICE is enforcing. Nobody went after them. They just went after ICE literally doing their job and enforcing the laws. There's nothing political about that. And if Denims would bother getting Hassan's dick out of her mouth long enough to think for 2 seconds, maybe she'd come to that conclusion. Although I don't have much hope for it.
You actually don't have to know what you're talking about in order to just say the line. What? You should look into a topic, do your own research, come to your own conclusion, and form your own opinion on the topic. You should not just blindly, mindlessly say the line.
You know who doesn't do political content? Cutie Cinderella. Cutie Cinderella literally never does political content. And
okay, and? So what? Also, I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I am reasonably sure that Cutie Cinderella may have, delved into politics in some way. Not 100% sure because I truthfully give a flying fuck about Cutie Cinderella. But I would not, considering she desperately wants to bounce on Hassan's inverted micropenis, yeah, but Jelly Wig sits in the cuck chair. I have no doubt that she's delved into some politics. Absolutely, I have no doubt about it. Emiru surely does not do politics. Emiru is someone that genuinely does not do politics. Cutie Cinderella, I doubt it. She's with Jelly Wig. She desperately wants to scissor Hassan. Yeah, she's done politics. She's absolutely talked about politics. I have no doubt about that.
even she's capable of saying F ICE. What about Cinna? You don't have to be a political creator to recognize that it's not hard to say F ICE.
You don't have to be a political content creator to say the line. All your other friends are saying the line,
Yep.
Emiru. Why aren't you saying the line, Emiru?
L ICE. Okay, but unironically though, F them. Straight up. Hey, F them. Yeah, it's F them, don't care, and if you don't like that I say that, it's F you too. You know what I mean? It's really that easy for me, I'm telling you right now.
There's Emiru's roommate saying the line. Aren't we
Yep.
all proud of her? By the way,
Yep.
where are all her friends during all of this? Where
Thank
are all
you,
her
Lou.
morally righteous, good guy, big streamer friends while this is all going down? While she's being dragged.
By the way, can I just point out, what kind of a strain do you think this might have put on Emmy's friendship with her friends and roommates? The fact that Emmy tried to just, like, not get involved, and she was forced to get involved, and her roommates are so deeply involved like this, and they didn't back up Emiru. Like, I don't recall, maybe they did, I don't recall seeing Cinna or her other friends backing up Emiru when all this was going down, going, hey, ass fucks, leave Emiru alone. If she doesn't want to commentate on it, you can't force her to. She's my best friend. Fuck you all that are trying to force her to say something. I don't recall Cinna or any of her Emiru's other friends getting her back like that. Emiru's own community had her back more than her supposed best friends. What does that tell you? Like, honestly, like, I would not be friends with someone where I would not be friends with someone if I had a subject come up that it was like, I don't feel comfortable talking about this because I'm not well knowledgeable about this, and I don't want to just like talk out of my ass about something I don't actually understand. So I'm not really going to comment on it, and you shouldn't be looking to me for advice on this because it's, you know, if I didn't have the stream that I did, if I had a stream like Emiru did, and I said, you know what, don't come looking to me for your political advice or anything like that. This is not what I do. And people started dogpiling on me, and my own friends and roommates did not back me up and basically probably said, hey, why don't you just say the line and make it all go away? Just be a good little SJR and say the line like they want you to and all this will go away, which, by the way, was a fucking lie. I'm not so sure I'd be friends with them anymore. That's not a friend. A friend is someone who backs you up. Because this wasn't even a diametrically opposed viewpoint. This wasn't like, okay, Cinna and all the rest were going, fuck ICE, and Emiru was saying, yay, ICE. It wasn't that. It was Emmy saying, I don't want to get involved in this shit. I just want to have fun on my stream. And the fact that Cinna and Bonnie and all the rest of them didn't back her up, that would be a problem for me. I would start questioning my friendship with them. I'm trying to just stay neutral and not get involved, and you're not going to back me up and just let the entire internet dogpile on me and, you know, basically force me to make an apology that she shouldn't have made, by the way. Yeah, to me, that would put a very serious strain on any friendship that I had.
Morally righteous, good guy, big streamer friends while this is all going down. While she's being dragged by half of the internet for doing absolutely nothing wrong. This girl who literally just came out of an allegedly abusive relationship. This girl who...
Yeah, everybody that decided to dogpile on her conveniently forgot about that, didn't they? Very conveniently, as soon as Emmy said, I don't want to talk about this, I'm not well versed, I don't want to get involved in this, and they dogpiled on her. A lot of them how many of the people that decided to dogpile on her on the internet a couple months prior were all in on Emiru, you know, clean Emiru. You shouldn't have had to go through what happened with Mizkif and what happened at TwitchCon, where she was basically sexually assaulted twice, once by Mizkif, allegedly, and once by the guy at TwitchCon. And how many of the people that were suddenly screaming at her say the line a few months prior were going, oh, Emiru, I'm so sorry you had to go through this. Oh my God, you know, all of that, you know, all of that, you know, support that they may be giving her. How many of them turned around when this happened and went, say the line, Emiru? Say the fucking line, Emiru. I don't care that you got sexually assaulted a couple months ago. You better say, and that I support you. You better say the fucking line. How many, I wonder?
Literally just got assaulted, grabbed by some freak at a convention. Now this girl is going through all of this. I guess it's fine to be silent when your friend is getting dragged by half of the internet, but don't you dare stay silent about current thing. I don't even know this woman, and I'm sticking my neck out for her because it pisses me off seeing this kind of shit happen to people who absolutely do not deserve it. If you're...
I don't think this is you sticking your neck out. Not to take away from the efforts that she was making right now. I think making a video talking about how these internet psychopaths were attacking Emiru en masse because she didn't say the line. I don't necessarily think that's like sticking her neck out. again, not to take away from the importance of her making this video, it's Shoe has the correct attitude of she, like, you can, you know, you want to come at me for my opinions and just and scream that I don't have the correct opinion in your eyes. She was going to be like, I don't care. Go yell into the void some more. So it's not it's the phrasing. I don't like the phrasing so much because I don't think she's actually like risking anything other than a bunch of fucking dumbass retards coming at her online, which they do regardless anyway. It's like her talking about this is going to elicit a response that's no different from every other video she talks about, which results in a bunch of retards screaming at her, going, "You don't think the way I do, you're evil and you should die." This is going to be the same thing. It's no different from that every other video of hers, realistically speaking. So,
if you're above the age of 18, you should care about politics in your fucking country. You don't get.
Why? Why? Why should you be forced to care about politics if you're over 18? Why? Bet you Denims can't answer that. Why can an 18-year-old not say, you know what? I don't give a fuck about politics. I want to either get into the workforce. I want to go serve my country. I want to get an education so I can try and fulfill my dreams. I want to do sports. Why do they have to want to be involved in politics? Yeah, she only cares because it'll make her money. Exactly. That's why she thinks everyone 18 and over should have to get involved, have to be interested in politics. Because that's where she makes her money.
You don't get to be like, well, I don't agree with this whole taxes thing, so I'm just not going to pay for it. You can't say like,
you are made of stupid.
She's going to say if you are above 18 years old, you should be interested in politics. And then the example she gives is, well, I don't like this whole taxes thing, so I'm just not going to pay it. That's not even a straw man argument. Like, that sentence was so fucking stupid. I can't even quantify it as a straw man argument. It's literally just fucking stupid. Which is coming out of Denims' mouth, so why should I be so surprised?
well, I'm just not going to care about all this politics stuff.
When someone doesn't have an opinion on a political topic, people like you might get a little mad. When someone doesn't pay their taxes, the government comes and arrests them.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the difference between those things.
There's this weird idea in America especially where, like, you can just be an adult and be like, oh, I don't care about politics.
Yes.
What?
Yes. It's called freedom. That's literally what freedom means. It means that when it comes to politics, you can literally say, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to live my life and not give a fuck about politics. That's what freedom is all about, Denims. In case you were confused about what fucking country you're living in, I realize you probably prefer the idyllic, imaginary Palestine that you have cooked up in your head that is full of sunshine and rainbows, where you can go dancing in the sand and not get stoned to death for literally just being a woman and showing your face. This is how America works, sweetheart. Where you have the option to literally not give a fuck. That is your constitution. You literally have a constitutional right to go, I don't give a fuck. It's literally written into the goddamn Constitution that makes you spewing your absolutely insane, idiotic bullshit that is making people dumber by the moment as you speak. Do you see how this works? Do you understand? Maybe you need to look into politics a little bit more yourself there, Denims, because last I checked, the First Amendment fully allows someone to basically not give a fuck about politics, and there ain't a goddamn thing you can do about it. They are exercising their First Amendment right, which I'm sure some of them would be happy to back up with their Second Amendment right. Should you have such a big issue and try to force them to give a fuck about politics? Just saying.
Many people, most people, do not care that much about politics. I know to you and me that's like mind-blowing, that's like unfathomable, because our whole life is politics, our job is politics, like I get it. But most people's lives do not revolve around politics. They do other things other than fight with strangers online. Crazy, I know. But man, do I envy them.
Screwdriver.
I was so much happier before I knew. Sadly, it is getting harder and harder for the average person to not care about politics because politics is seeping into literally everything. Politics will be bending you over and spreading your cheeks and going in dry whether you want it or not. And unfortunately,
and not even the courtesy of a reach around, I will add as well. That can never be understated. No courtesy of a reach around? Fuck that shit.
the people who are like, I just want to be left alone, are the people who are the most fucked by politics. Also, more importantly, Emiru wasn't saying that she doesn't care about politics. She was saying she didn't want to talk about politics. I feel like that is a huge difference. I care a lot about, like, skincare, but I don't get on here and talk about, like, peptides and collagen to my audience because they don't give a shit. They're here to watch me say feminism is doo-doo and make silly little faces at the camera. Yeah, you like that shit? I hate when grown women don't have a mind of their own. You are 28 years old. Please develop a mind of your own. All she does is pander to anime gooner men. No mind of her own.
Wait. Bearing in mind, these comments are when she posted her apology. All she does is pander to anime gooner men, no mind of her own. This is in response to her apology. Like, when she apologized, as I fucking called it, I still haven't gotten my props for that fucking shit. As I called it, when she caved, it wasn't good enough. And they kept coming, and they kept coming even harder, and not in the fun way.
I never liked Emiru, so finding out she's stupid and doesn't have a mind of her own is nice.
The audacity! If she didn't have a mind of her own, she would have mindlessly parroted the shit you want her to say. She would have mindlessly just been like,
yes,
fuck Ice. If Emiru came out and was like, actually, I think Ice is doing a fine job, do you think they'd be like, ah yes, she has a mind of her own? No, absolutely not! They are not angry that she doesn't have an opinion. They are angry that she doesn't have their opinion. The absolute audacity to say that this woman doesn't have a mind of her own while thousands of you people swarm her like drones, barking orders at her to say the line. You guys literally operate like the fucking Borg.
So what I'm gathering is that Emiru is a grown woman who acts like a frail, silly little girl to entertain fat, dirty, incel, Asian fetisher weirdos and is okay with that but draws the line at saying Ice is bad?
We fucking protects it. So this person is obviously seriously butthurt that Emiru has become a millionaire literally by just being cute, cosplaying, playing games, and just being a nice woman and not being controversial up to this point and has made millions of dollars. And this person is butthurt about it. This person hates the fact that Emiru, by simply just being by being fun, by being a beautiful woman who enjoys cosplay and gaming, which is what a lot of guys love, is jealous as fuck that Emiru became a millionaire from it, and whoever this person is, didn't. That's what this boils down to. It is sheer fucking jelly. Sheer fucking jealousy.
Bad. Emiru and Asmon's audience are the same. Incels love Emiru because she confirms the image of the anime bimbo stereotype that incels worship. She definitely cultivated an audience who, in the end of all things, are reactionary. She appeals to violent racists who fetishize Asian women.
What the fuck is this Asian fetish thing? Are they just saying this because she's fucking Asian? Like, I'm trying to find a clip.
Yeah, yes. True. That is exactly what it is. She is Asian. And so they immediately jump to Emiru is using that to fetishize herself to people that have a certain colored fever. Let me put it that way. Yes, they're being racist. Well, okay, they're being racist, but as you know, you can't be racist to Asian people because Asian people are now white adjacent. So in their heads, of course, they're not being racist because they equated to they are being racist to a white person because Asian is now white adjacent. That's what it boils down to.
A clip of Emiru saying sucky sucky $5 or something, but it doesn't exist. I don't know what to tell you, man.
It's not a coincidence that she answered the question this way, and that her fan base consists heavily on Asian fetishes.
Chat, do you see what I see? Look, read this. That her fan base consists heavily of Asian fetishists. Anybody see what I see right now? Is anybody seeing what I'm seeing right now? Notice the goddamn PFP. No, I'm not letting it cook. This is what reacting is all about. I talk before it happens. Notice the goddamn PFP of a sexy Asian woman giving bedroom eyes and looking like she's got a cigarette in her mouth on a cigarette stand. Basically eliciting the idea of giving someone a blowjob. Yeah, pot me goddamn fucking cat.
I don't know where this is coming from. And the woman saying this is literally an OnlyFans, like an Asian OnlyFans model. Like, I'm sorry,
it was a pen. Sorry.
To be talking.
Okay, sorry, it was a pen, not a cigarette. The PFP was small, I couldn't tell. It looked like a cigarette and cigarette hold. Yeah, it's a pen. Literally doing exactly what she's accusing Emmy of by fetishizing herself as an Asian woman.
Talking about fetishization here. The most insane part of all of this had to be when her ex-boyfriend, her allegedly abusive ex-boyfriend, posted his own ice in the middle of his ex-girlfriend being canceled for not saying that. Like, how fucking petty do you have to be to subtweet your ex like that? Another character involved in all this is former booby streamer Kaceytron.
It reminds me of whenever Amarath started wearing a cowboy hat, because that's whenever she started going like full Nazi.
Okay, oh my fucking god. Okay, we also do have to take anything that comes out of Kaceytron's mouth with a dump truck sized grain of salt, because chances are she's probably baked out of her fucking mind right now and is probably seeing leprechauns dancing on her fucking desk. So, yes, and of course, absolutely correctly, let's not forget, Kaceytron bent the knee. Kaceytron was the first one to bend the knee with her lawsuit. She was the first one. She even had to make a video where she basically had to do a non-apology, because nobody believes a fucking word that came out of her, but she was forced to make a full-blown apology for everything that she did. And she's going to be turning over, and if the case against Denims goes, and Frogan, although Frogan's going to capitulate very soon and is going to cave, the case, if it goes to trial, she is actually going to have to testify on behalf of Ethan. So Kaceytron is the last person that needs to be saying this shit. If she could even formulate words and not go, oh, look at the kitty. And the kitty is only a psychedelic imagination of her drug-addled brain right now.
Basically, she started wearing the cowboy hat. It's like whenever these Texas girls in like these Austin, Texas streamer circles start wearing cowboy hats, that's whenever you gotta watch out.
A woman in Texas wearing
For
a cowboy
sake.
hat? Lord, take me out. Take me out back, behind the shed. Put me out of my misery if I ever become this politically brain-rotted. Holy shit.
Well, Shoe, fortunately, you don't basically smoke the smoke the state's GDP value of weed on an hourly basis, so I'm reasonably sure you're gonna be just fine. Okay, there's literally not a minute that passes every day that Kaceytron is not baked out of her fucking gourd and seeing mystical unicorns running through her home. Trust me, Shoe, you're gonna be fine.
shit.
Like, you know that she probably has like weird incels donating her hundreds of dollars. It's because, like, in my opinion, like, it's all a facade to appeal to the worst type of men.
Buddy, you're just jealous that that Emiru basically could buy and sell you if she wanted. That's number one. Number two, what the fuck do you know? What's the good type of men for you? What all Kaceytron does is tweak the word incel 30 times a day, every day. You hate men. So there is no worst type of men for her. Literally every man is the worst kind of man, literally because they are a man. So what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, she's 100% Kaceytron is jealous as fuck of Emiru. 100%. Because Emiru can literally just chill on stream and make millions. She makes $2 for being politicized, pisses it all away on weed, and then goes, why am I not rich?
Because, like, really misogynistic, shitty incel-like men, they like a woman that doesn't have any opinions. I think that she also plays into how a lot of incels will fetishize Asian women.
Like, literally, I think even the hamster in the wheel in her brain is high 24/7. Like, she is stuck on a fucking, she is stuck on a loop worse than I get. Like, every fucking other word out of her mouth is incel. No, she doesn't know what it means. That's the thing. Incel literally in her brain just means I hate men. She legitimately has no idea what the word incel actually means, has no fucking clue of it, and she has twisted it into a fucking pretzel into her head to basically just mean bad. Literally, whenever she says incel, just replace incel with man because she hates men. She is a card-carrying man hater. Always has been, always will be, and that's why she will probably die alone without anybody. She will never have a boyfriend. She will never have a husband. She will die alone because no one is going to want to get with a woman that calls every man an incel. Even the fetishists who get off on humiliation, after 5 minutes they would look at her and go, "Honey, no, we're in too much here." Wait, she has a husband? She got married. She got married last year. Okay, well that tells you how much I follow what the fuck this dumb cunt does. She got married. So how much of a cock is her husband? And how long is he going to stay with her? Because honestly, any man that's with her at some point is going to go, okay, this is getting too much. He's on Grindr. It wouldn't surprise me if the husband's on Grindr. That would not surprise me.
And her whole platform is just like appealing to like the worst fucking men. She's like basically like she's like a pick-me for like incel freaks.
So this fucking pick-me shit, dude. It's gonna be the
Oh,
death
for
of me.
fuck's sake.
Before making this video, I watched a bunch of Emiru stuff, and I saw no signs of like pick-me behavior at all. No. At least with some streamers or some YouTubers. People could be like, oh, they criticize women.
Wait, what?
Streamers or some YouTubers.
Shit, I missed what she said. And I accidentally dropped the volume. I bet.
Signs of like pick-me behavior at all.
God.
At least with some streamers or some YouTubers. People could be like, oh, they criticize women, so they're trying to be like one of the good ones, and they're a pick-me. Like, okay, sure, like, that's retarded. We all know that's retarded. But at least I can like kind of see how is Emiru a pick-me? She doesn't even do that shit. Like, where is the pick-me thing coming from? No, really though, what makes her a pick-me and not the booby streamer or only?
Well, it's because pick-me in and of itself is another word that's lost all meaning. There's like, no one hates a woman more than another woman. And anyone that's calling a woman like Emiru a pick-me, Number one, they don't actually know what it means. Number one, they don't actually know what the concept of a pick-me actually is. And that definition has been lost to time. Now, a woman calling another woman a pick-me literally just means I hate the fact that she's prettier than I am, that she's nicer than I am, that guys love her and that guys flock to her and they ignore me because I'm an ugly troll. That is what being a quote-unquote pick-me is these days. It's literally basic jealousy. That's it.
OnlyFans models calling her a pick-me. You are literally selling your body for men to consume. If men do not pick pictures of your ass, you can't pay rent. There's no bigger pick-me on earth than a fucking porn star. And me. I don't care about being called a pick-me. I've been doing this for over a decade now. I'm used to it. I've been called it thousands of times. I am a 35-year-old married mother. I do not give a shit. I do care, however, when other women are called pick-me for the crime of not following a hive mind. I see it so often in, like, the VTuber community. Like, all these VTuber anime women will be called pick-me's for just saying their opinions. You have to understand, like, to these people, whenever a woman—
Although, in fairness, I don't think I've been called a pick-me. Correct me if I'm mistaken, I don't believe I've actually been called a pick-me yet. I have been called a MAGA. I have been called a fascist. I have been called a wokey. I got a new one today. I got called a maple MAGA. That's a new one I haven't seen before, a maple MAGA, although they misspelled maple. Yeah, I tweeted about that. So, someone called me a maple MAGA in the comment section of one of my videos and spelled maple, M-A-P-E-L.
Wow, Amber, interacting with us strays? Way to be a pick-me.
Sorry, I just had to embrace the tsundere that I've been getting called as of late. Because now apparently I'm a tsundere. That one, I'm called that as a joke. Intellectual. Oh yeah, I'm calling intellectual out on this one. I'm 100% calling it. No, I'm calling it. Wait, you, Revin, did you tell intellectual that I was a tsundere? Was it you? Oh, no, Retin. You have angered the pipe, Retin. You have angered the pipe. Oh God, I'm diving into this bit way too deeply. Okay, wait, Antonashi, did you say someone actually did call me a pick-me? When did?
May die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Who called me? Like 2 years? Oh, really? Okay, 2 years. Okay. Okay, so apparently I joined the pantheon of being called a pick-me. Apparently someone called me a pick-me in one of my YouTube videos 2 years ago. So apparently I too am a pick-me. I didn't know this about myself. I'm so sorry. I will make sure that I go on this journey of self-exploration. I will make sure I learn from this, and I will make sure, and I will better myself, chat. I will absolutely make sure that I better myself. You deserve better. I am so sorry that this happened. I'm totally at fault. I'm going to be seeing my crisis counselor after stream, and making sure that I address this immediately. Absolutely. What do you think? Did that sound good? Did I say the line? Did I say the line good, chat? Did I see the? Yes, I did, DJ. I saw the video he made of the strays attacking him. God bless you, DJ.
Whenever a woman has like an opinion that is not like the corporate HR approved opinion of the week, whenever a woman doesn't toe the line of the current thing, in this case, whenever a woman doesn't say anything, she's called a pick me. You know, she just must have these opinions for men. No other.
Okay, I don't have an apology ukulele. I have an apology cat. Does that work? See, I'm hugging an adorable little kitty. Does that work? I don't have the ukulele. I'm sorry, but kitties are cuter than ukuleles.
Reason. Every woman is secretly a big progressive feminist, and if they're not, they're just doing it for male attention. Because I'm sure someone who looks like this is really starving for male attention.
And then in my opinion, it's like she's not entertaining whatsoever. She's like, I would literally rather watch paint dry.
So true, because you know what is far more entertaining than a cute, high-energy cosplay streamer reacting to memes? This is way more entertaining. And if you don't agree, you're just like an incel. Okay, bitch. Eventually, after a few days of being dogpiled by the most annoying people on Earth, Emiru came out with a statement.
Hello, it's very rare I will speak my mind, but I'd rather get my thoughts out there, so apologies if this is long. There's a clip from my stream that's been circulating a lot, so I'd like to explain it for anyone who was hurt or shocked by it. It should go without saying that no one deserves to live their life in fear of being killed or taken away from their homes or families, regardless of who is doing it, but especially not because of ICE or any other government agency. I understand the world is a very cruel and messed up place. You don't have to study politics or actively read the news to know that. I would never want to invalidate anyone who struggles with those things, and an agency causing fear and suffering deserves zero support. To me, that's not even political, it's basic human empathy.
Now, I thought that statement was perfectly fine. My issue with it is...
I didn't. Shoe might be a little bit more understanding here. I didn't. This, like, basically was, like, she was kind of saying the thing. It was not perfectly fine because she's basically completely acquiescing to what everyone was screaming at her to say. Is like, no one deserves to live their lives in fear of being killed or taken away from their homes or families and blah, blah, blah. And you know, the saying like an agency like causing fear and suffering deserves zero support. And she literally said the thing that they wanted her to say, which I have a problem with, is she literally kissed the ring, because I don't legitimately know if this is how Emiru actually feels. Therein lies the problem. I don't know, and I suspect it may not be how Emiru actually feels. But she basically said the thing that she knew that the people going after her wanted to say. And again, it wasn't good enough. Bearing in mind, none of this was good enough. Because even after she did this, they dogpiled her even harder. And she set the precedent that she can now be bullied into saying whatever they want her to say.
It's basic human empathy.
Now, I thought that statement was perfectly fine. My issue with it is she didn't have to make it. She was basically forced to come out and say her opinion. So did these freaks finally back off once Emiru...
No. I need to correct that. She wasn't forced to come out and say her opinion. She was forced to come out and say their opinion. I still don't know / believe that this was Emiru's own personal opinion. This was their opinion that she put out, I think, to appease the people attacking her. That's the problem.
Made her opinion about ICE clearer? No. Of course not.
Nazi response. TLDR, go f*** yourself and your PR apology.
There it is.
And there it is. Of fucking course she's another dumb c***. Girl, we are not as dumb as you look. You're still a racist chud, but continue to enjoy the money you get from your incel audience because they're disgusting, just like you. All I hear is, I support Israel and my name is Emiru. Wait, what?
Where the fuck? Yeah, of course. Wait, was that Hassan? The name is blocked. Is this Hassan on an alt account? Because as we all know, Hassan literally turns everything into fuck Israel, right? Like, well, chances are this is probably a Hassan support. I had zero doubt, even with the name cover up by red box, so I cannot see it. I will guarantee you, the person making this post is a Hassan supporter. Oh yeah. It's what again? Did I not fucking call that this was gonna happen? That this would not be good enough? I've said this so many fucking times. These people don't care. The minute you are against them, you are forever against them. Nothing you do will be good enough. Even if you try and go, okay, I'll play by your rules, it's still not going to be good enough. They don't care. You're already an enemy. They've already targeted you. They now want you dead. That's what this boils down to. And by the way, calling her a Nazi again, saying I support Israel, that's them basically saying that Emiru is now a valid target. That's what these people that's what these people are trying to say, is that Emiru is now a valid target for someone to go kill. Because that's how this works now.
Wait, what? Where the f did Israel come from? What? I don't like to talk about politics equals I'm a Nazi and I'm ashamed of my opinions. Everyone knows what's up. She's a fascist in disguise and is squirming. Emiru, you are garbage Nazi-loving cunt. You got orange around
Seriously.
your mouth. Say F you, Asmongold. If you're neutral, if you're neutral, you might as well say you're MAGA. Stand for something, ho. That's what Trump wants, for everyone to be quiet about it. The idea of get off the internet is so f***ing ignorant. This dumb cunt needs to shut her f***ing mouth.
These unemployed, uneducated fucktards. This is why someone comes at you. Say the line, you look him dead in the eye and go, fuck off. Like, half of them might be bots. It's entirely possible. God knows dead internet theory is becoming more and more real every single day. But I have no doubt that some of these are brain-dead retards that think the bots are real people and are jumping on the fucking bandwagon. It's like, when you bend the knee to the SJRs, nothing you do is going to be good enough. The minute they have you in their crosshairs, it's over. Don't even try to appease them because you never will. Ever. Nothing you can say or do will ever be good enough for the SJRs the instant they've ever looked at you as an enemy. That's facts. This is why you don't bend the knee. This is why you don't cave to them, because it will not matter. Okay, this is literally they are literally the bad guy from every bad Hollywood movie. Who you get that tense scene where the bad guy's like, I'm going to kill you unless you come over to our side. And then, there's a back and forth, and then the other person goes, okay, I'll work for you. And then the bad guy shoots him in the head. This is literally that in bully form, in internet bullshit bullying format. It's literally the same fucking thing. The minute you come over to their side, they will, metaphorically speaking, hopefully, shoot you in the head. That's what this is. You will never be, once they see as you are not one of them, you will never be one of them. You can't be. They will not allow it. The cult will not allow you to ever join them when they've already viewed you as an enemy of the cult.
Thank God her downfall is happening. I've been hating on her since day one and knew something was off about her. Not a good statement. She implicitly disavowed ICE, but not so much the actual Trump admin.
Yeah, you disavowed ICE, but
of course,
what about the whole Trump administration? They're like literally the mouse from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. I was like reading that book to my toddler the other day, and I was like, oh my god, this is literally Twitter. You cannot give them an inch, dude.
Of course are incel fans swooping in to protect the poor little 28-year-old.
Ah yes, incels. Known for defending women online. What? What the does the word incel even mean anymore? Does it just mean man now? It just means man. Man I do not like.
Called it. What did I say? What did I fucking say earlier? When Kaceytron was spewing her bullshit. It's exactly what I said. Incel now just simply means man I don't like. It just means man. That's it. It's basically another slur for man-haters to use.
I had no idea this was a thing until yesterday. How come no one told me Emiru low-key a femcel?
Femcel! Emiru's a femcel! Oh my Do people just not know what words mean anymore? How are they coming to these conclusions?
I mean, have you looked at her? I mean, look at her. Look at her. Just look at her. Look at her.
Yeah, sorry, I don't see it. I think you guys just might be mentally ill.
We need to do something about these male-centered women.
Okay, first of all...
Male-centered women. The fuck does that even mean? This is like... This is just word vomit. This is literally, this is just word vomit pretending like I know what I'm talking about. Male-centered woman. So in other words, she is a heterosexual woman who may then be attracted to men, which apparently is a crime punishable by death by the woke or the left. Okay. So you're gonna die alone.
Okay, first of all, nothing is more male-centered than centering your life around hating men. Men just live rent-free in your fucking head. Take it up with God, go to therapy, do literally anything else than make it our problem.
Fuck her, and especially fuck her bestie Asmongold. I hope they get kirked. 30
there it is.
Too scared to say
there it is.
To keep her incel audience happy. Let's hope she gets abused again. Couldn't happen to a better person.
Legit, we need to make a silence great again. You know what? This would be an excellent. This would be an excellent use for AI right here. You open the asylums back up again. Open them up. Every fucking asylum plus build about 1,000 more. 10,000. Open every single closed asylum up. Don't fix them. Build 10,000 more. Then you take ChatGPT, which is, no, better. Take YouTube's absolutely dog shit brain dead AI. Unleash it on Twitter. Like, tamp down Grok for a sec. Actually, no. We'll use Grok. I'm changing my mind. Use Grok. Okay? Open up and build about 100,000 more asylums. Take Grok. Unleash Grok onto Twitter to monitor people that say shit like this. When Grok sees a post like this, Grok then scrapes the user data, contacts that user's local police department. The local police department shows up along with the men in the pretty white coats, and off to happy land that person can go. There. Boom. I just solved the problem. Just solved the problem right there. Actual good use for AI, and we open up the asylums back up again, and we get these fucking freak shows out of society. Boom. I just solved world peace. Thank you. I will take my Nobel. In cash.
Next time this cunt is assaulted, I'm gonna laugh and laugh. Fuck her and fuck Ice and fuck you if you support this cunt. Emiru deserved what Miskiff did to her. Fuck Emiru for supporting Ice. I genuinely hope this bitch gets
off to the funny farm.
I reported that one.
Wait, what? Hold up.
I genuinely hope this.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
That one, the silence too good. That one, that one needs to have a conversation with Chippy. That last one. No, that one doesn't get the box. That one gets to have a nice intimate conversation with Chippy.
I reported that one. Holy shit. What is wrong with these people?
See, you don't understand. I'm good guy, which makes it okay for me to say fucked up things about bad guy. You think saying that to someone is fucked up? Well, you should be abused too, because you're probably also bad guy. It's called being on the right side of history, Chud. Look it up.
Nazis deserve death, and silence is
there
compliance.
It is.
May I just remind the audience that this is what she said.
If you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
Ladies and gentlemen, a Nazi that deserves death. What?
After making her terrible statement full of lies, Emiru decided to follow right-wing grifter
Oh, there we go.
Shoe0nHead. Of course Emiru is now following a fellow pathetic pick-me for being quiet about ICE. They both don't want to piss off their 100% right-wing gooner fan base.
For the record, my fan base is probably like 70% right-wing and 80% Gooner. Okay, but for some reason, they didn't mind when I came out and harshly criticized ICE in my last video. Yeah, some disagreed, but for the most part, they didn't care. As long as you aren't preaching from an ivory tower with no nuance, rhyme, or reason, people don't care. I'll say some shit like, we should decommodify housing, and the right-wingers in my audience are just like, okay, commie mommy. These people cannot fathom a universe where people just disagree. Oh, you're just scared. You don't want to upset your chud audience. I upset my chud audience every goddamn day. You're the ones terrified of your own fucking cult. God forbid you only agree with 99% of the hive mind approved opinions. God have mercy on your soul. I do not envy you. Once you bend the knee to these people, once you apologize or capitulate, it's over. These people don't actually want an apology. They want to humiliate you. They want to drag you down. At the end of the day, they have found a socially acceptable way to bully people. That's what this is.
It's not only that they want to humiliate you, drag you down. That's not only it. They want to use you as an example. That's what it is. It's, do they want to humiliate you and drag you down? Yes. Do they want to basically, establish that they can make you say or do whatever you want because you have now bullied them into submission? Yes. But they want to make an example out of you. They want to do, when they did this to Emiru, what they did is she's going to be the example. So then the next streamer that they go after, and that streamer tries to push back, they can go, nice stream. You don't want to end up like Emiru, do you? You saw what we did to Emiru. Do you want that to happen to you? They're going to use her as an example of their perceived power and use that to bully other people, streamers, YouTubers, whoever, to try and get them to say what they want. Nice stream you got here. Shame if something bad would have happened to it, just like Emiru, huh? This is why you don't bend the knee. This is why if these people come at you, if you are a streamer or if you are a YouTuber, and they say, yeah, you wouldn't want us to do what we did to Emiru, huh? The response should be, fuck no, go for it. It's all fucking content to me. Go ahead and bully me. All you're gonna do is promote me in the algorithm. That's literally the response to have. If you are a streamer, if you are a YouTuber, if you are a content creator, and people start trying to attack you because you have some of the most milquetoast fucking opinions, or no opinion at all, at the worst, and they attack you saying, say the thing, silence is violence, you're a Nazi if you don't say anything, do nothing and reap the content. Because literally all these people are doing is pushing you in the algorithms to promote you, to promote your YouTube channel, to promote your stream, and get more eyeballs onto you, so more people will perhaps watch your videos. So more people might come to your streams and thus benefit you. Because the people that don't like you are not going to hang out in your streams. Yeah, they may show up in your streams and try and say shit to you, like what we had happen earlier over on Kick. Someone showed up and decided to try and spew some shit. Guess what I did? Laughed. I laughed and fucked with them and then moved on and ignored them. But you know what happened? That was an extra view in my stream. It means that it pushed me that much tiny bit more in the algorithm. What happens if people brigade my YouTube channel? What happens if people show up my streams just to fuck with me? Well, guess what? Number one, I have great mods that can mute or ban people. But number two, it raises my numbers and thus exposes my content, my stream, to more people on the front page, that more people might want to come, join my stream, hang out, watch some videos, laugh, cry, rage, whatever, and it only benefits me. And I don't have to capitulate whatsoever. Brigading, if people were to brigade me, it's only a positive. It's only, all it is just content I can farm. It doesn't hurt me. It helps me. And so if Emiru had taken that tact of just ignoring him and let people keep bolstering her in the algorithm, it would have helped her content. But because she caved, not only do the people that attack her, not only do the people that attack her say not good enough, we're still going to devour you. But now the people that might have been supportive of her might be thinking twice because she caved. If you just fucking ignore it and let them do their bullshit brigading and see the algorithm, it's all gravy. It's all content. It's all exposing my content to more people that may not have known about me before and go, hey, I like her. I'm going to go check out her stream, or I'm going to go check out her videos. And it's all positive for me. All you have to do is not cave into them. All you have to do is just look at them and laugh. All you'll reap are benefits with no downsides.
A lot of people in response to Emiru's statement were like, why did you apologize to the mob? You know, you bent the knee, you're a coward. And honestly, people don't realize how insane it can get. These people, the cult of the crybully, they come in swarms, they get in your head, they prey on your empathy, they isolate you from your friends, they make you feel like a terrible person for having milquetoast normal ass opinions, or in this case, no opinion.
And that's the problem. You can't let them in your head. If Emiru let them in her head and let them sway her like that, that's on her. I won't rehash literally everything I just said, but don't let them in your head. They're not worth it. If you're confident in yourself, if you're confident in yourself, if you're confident in your community, because in the end, your community is all that matters. The people that hate brigade you, they're not part of your community. They don't matter. Granted, you're farming the fuck out of them, and you are gaining something from them, but they don't matter. The only ones that matter are the people, are you guys that are in the stream right now, the people that enjoy my videos that I put on YouTube. You're the ones that matter. You're the ones that I care about. The hate brigaders, if I have any, I don't give a fuck about them. Let them and scream to their heart's content and boost me in the algorithm. Go for it. I won't think twice about you, other than to laugh at you. That's what it boils down to. If Emmy had followed that logic of they don't matter, the people in the stream that are there to support me, you're the ones that matter. You're the ones where my focus is. She would have been fine. They would have gotten bored after a few days that she didn't cave, and like probably 2 or 3 days, they would have run out of steam because she wasn't capitulating and they were just basically screaming into a void, and they would have moved on. It would have been that simple.
You are someone who is not used to dealing with these types of people, or you are someone in like a vulnerable state of mind, it is very easy for these cult-like tactics to work.
You know what? That's true, and that's something I hadn't considered. Shu just brought up an excellent point that I hadn't considered, which is Emmy's state of mind. And she may have actually, and she was probably in a vulnerable state of mind. Yeah. That actually you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. She had just recently gone through the assault at TwitchCon. After that, she opened up about what happened with Mizkif. Yeah. She was in a vulnerable state of mind. That's the ongoing. Yeah, you know what? That's something I hadn't considered. Yeah. It's still absolute failure of her friends. 100%. No argument there. I still stand by that. But as far as Emiru making her apology, that's a point of view that I hadn't really considered, as to her state of mind of how recently the assaults and the confession had occurred, and what her state of mind might have been. It's okay. You know what? I'm starting to get. I kind of can understand it a little bit more of why she might have done what she did. Okay.
It works especially well with women in particular, not to be sexist, but it's just true. Honestly, you know, now that I think about it, the only people who are immune to this are like autistic people. I swear to God, people on the spectrum are immune to the crybully tactics. What happened is Emiru just saw like a shit ton of people who were mad at her, and she wanted to do the correct thing. Unfortunately, this is just gonna make it worse. And they're moving on to one of their favorite tactics.
the big question in everyone's mind is, well, are you still friends with Asmongold?
While it is appreciated that you are taking a
Uh-huh.
stand and clarifying the clip, you do continue to be vague about how deep your associations with Asmon are.
Oh,
So
for God's
hopefully
sake,
you've
the
cut
fucking
ties with that
boogeyman.
hate-mongering Nazi troll Asmon, right? Glad you made this and owned up to it, but you're still friends with Asmongold.
Yeah, like, Asmongold is living, like, there's the joke that Asmongold lives rent-free in Hassan's head. He's living rent-free in millions of people's heads. Yeah, he is, yeah, I mean, Voldemort is now, like, more real than ever when it comes to him. He is like, except he's not like the name that cannot be spoken. It's the name that is always spoken. This is like, it's so stupid. It's just funny. It's like, and the funny part is, he's probably proud of this. Asmongold's probably proud as fuck of this, as he should be. He's probably he probably loves the fact that he has so many people that are just turning themselves into pretzels and running around in circles screaming into the void because of his content. He loves this.
So it doesn't read as earnest. Almost a decent explanation. But the elephant in the room is that your friendship with Asmongold is holding this back from seeming sincere. Okay, now
he
what
is
about
proud,
your best
guarantee.
friend Asmongold? Denounce Asmon or I'm not taking this seriously. You're friends with Asmold.
Another demand.
Asmold?
I'm pretty sure she's still friends with Asmongold.
Now, whatever you think of
And?
Asmongold, he is friends with Emiru. They are friends, even though they disagree with each other. Crazy, right?
I literally said, like, I don't agree with the things he says. Like, what do y'all want me to do? Like,
There it is. There it is. It's not, she's literally said, I don't agree with the things that he says. It's still not good enough. Because it'll never be good enough. Because these people are psychopaths. They are cultists. And you're not part of it. You weren't a part of it from the beginning, which means you can never be a part of it. And if you can't be a part of the cult, then you should die.
fucking shoot him on stream?
Yes, that is what they want you to do. Yes. Yeah. Around 2018.
And even then, if she did that, if she actually went to that extreme and actually used shot Asmongold, still wouldn't be good enough. It's still, like, for these people, that still would not be good enough for them. They could tell you, you must kill the people that we hate the most. That person does it, and they'll still go, not good enough. Again, I refer you back to the Hollywood villain who demands that a person does something or they'll shoot them. The person does it, and then the bad guy still shoots him in the head. This hasn't changed.
I was facing nearly daily harassment
Thank you,
for being
Fishy.
friends with someone who was on the right. Hundreds of people were on my ass like every day. They were calling my job. They got emails of my family members. It was like non-stop. Now, this person was a good friend of mine, but in order to get all these people off my back, I did probably the cringiest thing ever, and I publicly disavowed her. Publicly disavowed a friend of mine over political differences. Now, for those of you who are new here, that sounds like something I would never do, but I did it. I bent the knee to a faceless mob of people who hate me. And in return, I received nothing. The harassment didn't stop, the hate didn't stop. Well, needless to say, karma is real, and the same thing happened to me years later. I was publicly disavowed by friends over political differences. This story ultimately does have a good ending. Me and my friend from 2018, we made up years ago, but looking back on all this in 2026 is extremely embarrassing.
This is also why I keep my private life very private. This is why I do not disclose any identifiable information regarding any of my family. If I had friends, I would not be disclosing any information about my friends. This is the exact reason why. Because the internet are psychopaths, and I will give them no ammunition whatsoever. It's why I don't even disclose where I live. I'm just, I talked about where I used to live. It's why I won't disclose where I'm living currently. It's why I won't say anything about my family in Canada or in the US. You will never get me telling any personal information about that because I value their safety and I value my safety over any monetary gains I might get from streaming. Their safety is everything. Their safety, their happiness, their security is everything to me. And I will quit streaming before I ever do anything to put them in any kind of danger, like in this fate.
Embarrassing. And if I knew what I knew now, I would have just told those people to go fuck themselves. But in the moment, it's incredibly stressful and you just kind of want it all to stop. And you will do whatever you can to make it stop. So I understand why Emiru came out and made a statement. I just really hope she doesn't wind up disavowing friends over political differences like I did. It was a huge mistake and it is not worth
her
it,
friends might
because
disavow
you're going to
her.
find yourself surrounded by people who see you as a temporary ally and not a real friend. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a never apologize person. You should apologize if you actually do something wrong, if you actually wronged someone. But you shouldn't apologize to like a nebulous, faceless mob of people while facing down a barrel of a gun.
There is nothing that she could say and no amount of money she could donate that could convince me she's not a soulless ghoul like all the men she's happily surrounded herself with for years.
There is nothing you can ever do to please these people, so why bother? They will not be happy until you kill yourself, and even then they will dance on your grave. And I know, like, with everything going on right now, like, is this really a video about cancel culture in 2026? And it's like, yeah, I don't know. First of all, you should expect that. You clicked on a Shoe0nHead video. But second of all, yeah, I feel like this is kind of important to talk about. I feel like this type of thing is part of the reason we are where we are right now. This type of stuff drives people away from the left. And more importantly than that, it's just evil. I saw some leftists covering Emiru being canceled, and they were like, the cultural shift is here. Woke 2.0, we don't play around, we're mean now. Woke 2.0? Because woke 1.0 worked out so well for you guys in the country, right? You're supposed to learn from your mistakes, not double down and get worse. I don't know how you can look at the last 10 years and be like, we have got to get more annoying. Like, what are you doing? Attacking?
Well, it's not simply more annoying. Because woke 2.0 is not simply about bullying people online. Woke 2.0 is also about literally killing people. Simple or physically attacking them and severely injuring them. That's what woke 2.0 is. So they did get worse in the most frightening way possible. Because while it's not all of the reading masses on Twitter, there are enough that take it offline and will actually kill people that they disagree with on Twitter or that they perceive to have a disagreement with on Twitter. That's the scary part. That's honestly terrifying. That we are now living in an age where if someone perceives that you have a disagreement with them of any nature, that they may track you down and kill you. We saw it in Minnesota, where these insane psychopaths thought someone was ice and attacked them. Threw bottles of ice water, threw bottles of ice at their heads. Destroyed their cars, destroyed their vehicles. That's woke 2.0. They're taking it offline, they're bringing it into the real world, and they're being violent. Yeah, the France thing. Yeah, the thing that just happened in France. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Normie streamers for not wanting to be involved in political discourse. Also, I feel like this goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm not smearing, like, the left as a whole, okay? This isn't fucking Fox News. This isn't the Nuxanor channel. I'm well aware there are plenty of left-wing people.
No! Oh, no! Nuts called out! Oh, God! Oh boy, Nuts watches Shoe. Yeah, Nuts schedule strays. But I mean, you guys know, I agree with Shoe on this. It's like when I rage about these people, I'm not talking about someone that just thinks And, you know, in some ideologies of that are what would be considered quote unquote left. It's like, this is when, you know, I don't specify it anymore because, quite frankly, I'm tired of like all of the bullshit qualifiers that I have to do for this. When we're well, actually, I have qualified it. This is why I typically speaking, I don't say the left when I'm talking about these people. It's usually why I use the specific qualifier of SJR. Because I don't think anybody that thinks, you know, in terms of like left ideologies, I don't think that on its face makes them crazy. It's the actual insane retards that I think are crazy. And that's why I usually use the qualifier of SJR, is to basically denote I'm not talking about someone who is a quote leftist. It's someone that is an extremist and a retard that has lost their grip on reality. You know, there are plenty of people who are left that I agree with shit that they say. You know, like universal healthcare, I'm all for it. And I'm all for it, and don't even get started on the whole thing of how some people, you know, what some people talk about healthcare in Canada. I've never experienced that, so I can't. My experience with the healthcare system has been fine, but I am one person, I'm not a whole. But like, people that people should not have to pay for healthcare. They shouldn't have to go, that people should not have to go bankrupt to get healthcare. Yeah, I'm all for that. 100%, I'm all for that. Universal healthcare, as you know, good universal healthcare. Yes, I'm all for it. You want to hear a crazy thing? So's Asmongold. Asmongold is all for good universal healthcare. I'm fully supportive of the non-reing activistic trans community. You know, the people in the people that are transgender that just happen to be transgender and they want to live normal lives and they're not screaming retards that deliberately go way fucking overboard and look like literal clowns. I'm fully supportive of trans people who are just like normal people that happen to be trans. You know who else does? Asmongold. He's publicly said it on his streams that he is fully supportive of just transgender people that are not screaming, reeing, psychopathic activists. Asmongold supports those people. But they don't acknowledge that because it comes from him. And I'm kind of like skewing a little bit sideways here. I know you're shocked. But yeah. It's why I use a qualifier, because I don't disagree with a pretty healthy amount of stuff that people on the quote-unquote left have to say in terms of policy. I'm actually in agreement with a fair number of them.
Fox News. This isn't the Nuxanor channel. I'm well aware there are plenty of left-wing people, especially in my audience, who feel the same way I do. I'm talking about a certain faction of
SJRs.
Mostly online left. I was about to say it's like a loud minority, but I don't even think it's a minority anymore. I think it's like a majority. Like, I feel like I'm one of the only ones like holding down the fort. Like me and Anna Kasparian. And every day I'm called a right-wing grifter for being like, hey, maybe we can focus on the issues that like actually affect the working class. You know, things that actually help people, not stupid fucking shit like going after e-girl cosplay streamers. Like, can we just get back to the fact that we are all being ruled by satanic billionaire pedophiles who may or may not be eating children, please? Thank you. In conclusion, Emiru did nothing wrong. People are tired of having politics shoved down their throat, and you don't need to speak about things you don't want to speak about. You don't have to do that. You don't have to say the line, actually. This is mass psychosis, rivaling on 2020. These people are trying to socially ostracize this woman for not putting like a black square on her Instagram. They're just mad at Emiru for not doing like the ice bucket challenge or some shit. Like that's basically what is happening here. If you are going to streamers for political information, you are cooked. If you are going to Shoe0nHead for political information, you are deep fried. So that was that little video. If you liked my yapping, please subscribe. And if you can, donate to my Patreon down below. It really helps the channel out and I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye!
Yeah. So yeah, Shoe was basically saying like a lot of what I said, you know, they chucked. Jesus fuck. Yeah, she was saying a lot of what I've already said. Although, you know what, she did. There was that moment that I did reconsider things when she brought up what Emiru's state of mind might have been at the time due to her, you know, the mental trauma that she'd been going through recently. That was actually something I hadn't considered. That is definitely something new that I had not considered with all of this. Yeah. Yeah, having an outside opinion, a different perspective is always a good thing.